so you can speak this and watch your manifestations flow. I'm Scott Haug, healer and manifestation coach who's helped over 2,500 clients attract in real-world, tangible results through a strategic and predictable process. The words we're going to go over today is going to help you immensely. Before we do, we need to understand the premise behind what we're going to be talking about. And that is, most people think that yesterday was yesterday, tomorrow's tomorrow, and now is the present moment. And when they visualize, they do their affirmations, they do their gratitude lists, that somehow it's in this moment, but it's fake. It's make-believe. They're closing their eyes. They're seeing something that's not yet there. And so they don't feel it to be here. They feel it absent, and they feel it's going to happen at some time in the future. But since they're in this chronic absence feeling, they are literally attracting more absent circumstances and results into their life as a result. Today's lesson is so powerful. I just gave this to my clients this past week in a coaching call. Is that how this is actually going is your past and your future are actually memories. Now, I know to most people it'd be like, that doesn't make any sense how the future is a memory. But the more I'm going to talk about it, the more it's going to be understandable and make more sense as we go through. Right now, we're in an eternal now. We're not just in the present, we're in the eternal now. If you go back to what you had for breakfast yesterday, or what you had for dinner last week, you're thinking about it, right? But I want you to go there, teleport your body back to there and re-eat the food. Can you do it? Of course you can't. You could do it in your mind, but you can't deliver your body back to the past. Now tomorrow, I want you to think about what you're going to have for breakfast or what you're going to have for dinner. Go there. Go, go, go. Put your body there. Go. You can't do it either, right? Future is also just in the mind. It has not come to pass. It's tomorrow. But the past also is not here. It's just a thought in memory, right? So both of these places, what we call the past and the future, are an illusion to today. To my physical body being right here in this present moment, it doesn't exist. It only exists in the invisible world, what we call the mind, memory, and visualization. But really, they're kind of the same thing. Because right now in this eternal moment is where all time and space exist at a higher dimension. When you are visualizing, really stay tuned to this, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a formula you can use for the rest of your life, okay? This visualization you're doing today, when you see the result you want in your possession, your bank balance increased, the clientele in your business, the thing you're wanting and intending to attract into your life, it's not some random thing you're visualizing. It's actually your truth in the eternal now. It's your truth. It's not make-believe. It's not even actually a visualization. It's just, visualization is a word humans created to clarify and define the process when you close your eyes and you actually mentally see what you want. What it's doing now is creating the future that's going to happen as a memory. Stick with me here. Every time you are visualizing, you are creating the memory that's going to happen tomorrow. So really, visualization is the memory of tomorrow. So when I get to tomorrow, I know it sounds confusing, stick with me here. When I get to tomorrow, I'm actually living the visualization of yesterday. Does that make sense? Tomorrow, I'm living the visualization of yesterday. So essentially, today is investing your thought in terms of your feelings in order to move it forward. So this is actually false. This is not how the world goes. We, as human beings, experience a time sequence. Sure, we can look at the date on the calendar. We can see what was yesterday, Sunday, compared to Wednesday. We can see the day of the week. Sure, as a human being. But as a spiritual being, a soul on who you really are, there's a higher dimension where all this is happening. And this eternal now is what you want to understand. So how do you make the truth actually happen tomorrow? Okay, it's thought plus feeling together. which is the signal. This is the electrical side, and this is the magnetic side. And you're creating a bright signal for what you're wanting. Now, just because you visualized once today doesn't mean it's going to happen in your future tomorrow. Okay? What it does is initiate the movement for this to become a solid reality. So you're planting a seed every day, more and more of these memories until it becomes a true memory. I want you to think about yesterday, something that you did. Maybe you drove, maybe you ate something in particular, maybe you hung out with a friend, your spouse, partner, your kids, pets. I want you to think about one thing you did yesterday. You'll remember it, right? Now I want you to think about something you did 5 months ago. And in particular, I want you to remember that one thing that you did that you ate for lunch on Sunday 5 months ago. Do you remember? Most likely not, unless you eat the same thing every single Sunday, right? So if you don't remember what you had for lunch 5 months ago, it's because the memory isn't really an emotionalized memory. You don't really remember it, right? It doesn't have a lot of energy or potency to it. Same as visualization. If I only visualize one time and I don't even feel it to be true, it's just kind of a thought I'm having, trying to do these tools, it's not really working out for me, right? And I just visualize it really one time, maybe twice, 3 times. There's not a lot of energy to it, right? So if I stop visualizing in 5 months from now, I'm like, what did I visualize 5 months ago exactly? Like, I don't really remember. But I want you to remember one thing you cherish as a memory, you'll never forget it. That beautiful vacation you took with your family or kids. The first time you had a child, the first time you got married, the dream home that you purchased, or your first home you purchased, the first time you drove a car, the first time you had that dessert that has now become your favorite thing in the world, right? That memory you're never going to forget. It's so potent. It's so emotionalized. Exactly. The same thing goes with visualization. The only way for it to become a memory that actually will happen is if you put enough energy into it, just like that highly emotionalized memory that you will never forget. We want to get that same way with visualization, because the past memory and future memory are the same exact thing. So we need to increase the intensity of your visualization, the power, and the duration. So we need to increase the frequency of amplitude, meaning stepping up the frequency, which is your feeling, putting more power into it, putting more presence, it feels present now, and increasing the amount of times that you're pouring that energy into your end scene visualization. And before you know it, your life is going to bridge between now and then, what Neville Goddard talked about as the bridge of events or bridge of incidents. Things are going to move forward to make sure that truth becomes a future moment where you experience it. So here's the thing I want you to be saying out loud every day. If you're not already, subscribe to our channel, by the way. We'd love to have you here in our soul tribe. And also, if you want to get some course, step-by-step blueprints and things that can really help you out, link in the description below for our prosperity magnet, what we call the Manifestation Accelerator school group and soul tribe. Here's where you're going to be saying out loud every day. I encourage you to say this out loud 100 times a day. It won't take you that long, maybe 5-10 minutes. Tomorrow is the memory of today's visualization. I only see the past. So you're reminding yourself that tomorrow is what you did yesterday in terms of visualization. And this quote right here, this sentence, is actually from A Course in Miracles. And so I'm borrowing it. I want to give it its credit. I only see the past. When you look around you, you only see the past. So for example, a company made these sheets of paper, but they made them in the past. So I only see a past version of this whiteboard, okay? All the books behind me, all the authors, all the teachers, right? They wrote these a while back, 100 years ago. I have a couple of books that are 300 years old. I have a couple of books that are just 5 years old, right? But all these books are a representation of some author's past thinking. The publisher, the creator, obviously how the book got here is all from the past, okay? Everything that you see, the bookshelf, everything, I only see the past version of it. When you go driving down a road, you only see the past version of nature. You only see what the tree or what the grass or what the greenery around, you only see it today as a result of how it's grown up until now. You only see the roadway, the cars, everything you're going through is the past. When you start training your mind to see that, you're like, oh, no wonder. If I visualize now my truth, tomorrow becomes the past. And then the next day becomes my past. So you're building a future based on understanding and awareness that tomorrow is the memory of today's visualization. This is mind-blowing in terms of awareness when you're really with this. Because when you're really with this, you start to be in a different world of awareness. You start to be in a different place overall. So every day, 100 times, and then I would visualize every morning, every night, 5 to 10 minutes. Don't miss a beat. If you have to, make sure, the next day you're doing 15 minutes just to really make sure energy's adding into it. And in this space, remind yourself of this quote 100 times per day. I'll see you in the next video.